Hey guys, it's your girl Crystal again with a basket case. Again in the design room today, but today I'm going to be working on a realtor basket. An order came in and she needs it by the middle of next week, middle towards the end of next week for their closing. So I put a halt on everything else that I was doing and decided I'm going to go ahead and work on this so I can go ahead and move it out since she's already paid for it, and then I'll resume working on my holiday baskets. Okay. Well, this is all that she bought me. It's a bottle of Chardonnay. Again, this is from the realtor. I do not, disclaimer, buy alcohol to put in my baskets because I do not have a liquor license. However, if the purchaser of the basket buys the alcohol, I will go ahead and design around it. Okay, so I've said that before, but just for all my newbies coming on, again, I do not buy alcohol to put in baskets, but if someone provides the alcohol, I'll be happy to go ahead and design around it. Okay, before I get into this video, guys, if you would click the like button, and there's a hype button right down there. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for all of my returning subscribers. Thank you from my heart to yours. I really appreciate it. And for all the new subscribers, welcome. I'm hoping you're enjoying the content. Okay, well, let's get into it. All right, so this is all that the realtor bought, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to design around the bottle. Okay, she didn't give me a color scheme or anything to work with. She just told me to make it pretty. So I think because this bottle has some browns and greens, a little burgundy in the little duck area there, I think I'm going to pull out some of that burgundy for this closing basket. Okay, all right, this is the basket of choice that I am going to use. If you can see, I've taken a couple of boxes and just stuck down in there. When I'm using heavy items such as bottles of wine or glass or whatever, I always like to try to use boxes because they're sturdy, and I don't have to worry about the paper, shrinking down. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this basket, but we're going to build the basket up. Okay, so it's going to have quite a few items in it, but they're going to sit mostly up because I want the basket to look really full, but I didn't want to make it too big because of her budget, but I still want it to look nice and full. Okay, so this is a nice basket that I'm going to use. I like it. I thought it was pretty interesting. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to tilt my camera towards the desk just a little bit. Okay, great. I think you guys can see that. All right, so to begin with, what I had was this is a dish towel. It says the secret's in the sauce. Isn't that cute? I got these a while back. I think it was from Hobby Lobby a while ago, and I've had them and just never had the opportunity to use them. Okay, so what I did was I just took a piece of cardboard, like a cardboard box. I cut up in a square and just wrapped the towel around the cardboard, okay, because I want that to sit up nice and straight. I used my tag gun, trusty little tag gun here, and I tagged the sides of the dish towel so it would stay in place and it wouldn't, unfold. Okay, so that's what I did with this tag gun. All right, I'm going to need kind of a sturdy backer because this bottle is so heavy. So I have this little tablescape and it says Home Sweet Home. I'm going to dust that off just a little bit. Get a little rag here to wipe this off with. Sorry about that off camera. Dust that off just a little bit. I think this came from Dollar General. On one of those little penny sale things. And it has two little clothespins there. Okay. Because it is a realtor basket, she wants her business cards displayed. So they're clothespins. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just put each business card, because it's a husband and wife team, I'm going to put each business card around that little, hanging on that little clothespin, and this is going to serve as a backer, okay? So, what I'm going to do, okay, got that nice and clean, okay? I'm going to use it as a backer, but I'm going to use it as a 360. So in other words, the back of this will be, because the bottle and all of my other items is going to hide this. And the business cards, we always put those towards the back of the basket as not to take away from what's going on in the front of the basket. So I'm just going to sit this in here, but instead of it being the focal point, I'm just going to use it for the back. Okay, and the business cards will hang, you know, on the back of the basket. So I guess in my summation, I would say it's going to be like a 360 basket. So you'll be able to see items on the front, and then this will be the focal point on the back of the basket. Okay, so we're going to sit that in here just like so, right on top of that cardboard box. And let me see if my glue gun is heated up. Thought I had turned it on. Hope it did. Not sure. Yeah, it's on. Give that just a second. And we're going to put a bead of hot glue right on the bottom of this. Well, it's not heated up enough, so let's give it another second or so. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for my electric glue gun to heat up, I'm just going to use some trusty little glue dots. And we're going to get this party started. All right, so I'm just putting some glue dots right on the bottom here. Okay. All right. Have those at the table. Let's see if this is, yeah, it's ready now. Just for a little extra securement, right around those glue dots. I'll just put a little bit more glue because I really want that to stay up nice and sturdy. Okay. Right there on that box. All right. Like so. Okay. All right, guys. Then let's take our bottle of Chardonnay. We're going to sit right there in the middle. And as you can see, it's resting right across this in the back. Okay. I am going to anchor this down. I'm going to tie it with some fishing line, possibly. But honestly, once I finish stuffing this basket, it's not going to move. So I may or may not do that. All right. I have a piece of burgundy ribbon. You guys have been watching me for a while. Always know when I have a bottle. Okay. It's just something I like to do, just a signature piece. I like to take a piece of ribbon and tie right around the bottle just to bring it some color. This is not something you have to do. It is just something I like to do because, like I said, it gives it a little visual interest. Okay? So I find out just where I want to crisscross that ribbon. Put a little bead of glue to hold it in place. Or you could use a glue dot, whatever you have handy. Okay. All right. And I'm going to cut the ribbon just a little bit because it's rather long. Like I said, it's just a preference. Okay. Let's get that. Try to make it even. Yes. Okay. Perfect. And it just sits in there. Really, really nice. Sits around there. You can use any kind of scrap ribbon that you have just hanging around if you just want to bring some color into your basket. I am going to put a little bead of hot glue around here. It's not going to hold that bottle. It's not going to hold the bottle on here, but what it's going to do is just secure it just enough to keep it from moving until I finish assembling the basket. All right. And so we're going to sit that right on there. Actually, it's holding it. It seems to be holding it pretty tight. So yeah, that's going to work out just great. All right. So that's the two that we're going to put in there like so. Remember the dish towel I told you I had, okay, with the cardboard, Secrets in the Sauce. I really wanted that to be displayed. So what I'm going to do is slide it right down like so. Okay, that cardboard's holding it up and it's resting on the bottom, of that box. Okay, and later we can go back and stuff it with some paper if need be. All right, so that's what I have so far. Now, I got these recipe booklets from the Dollar Tree. I love to go in their book section, okay? And actually, these are some really nice recipes. These are viral recipes made simple. And when I looked in here, there were recipes of things that we eat normally, you know, pasta recipes and sweet and sour shrimp, even how to make an upgraded deli sandwich. Okay, so they're very simple, easy to follow recipes, practical. And then here's some other sheet pan recipes where there's just one pan dishes. Look at that, how delicious that looks. Okay, that's for a steak night. Lemon Parmesan chicken, and those are potatoes. So, like I said, simple and practical. So I have two of those, and we're gonna put those in here as well. And again, I am going to have to use some paper and stuff to get those to sit up just the way I want them. Okay. I want to use both of them. So we're going to see if two's going to work or if I will just have to use one. Okay. I'm going to stuff some paper in here because I really want that to sit up like so you'll be able to see both of them. But before I get to stuffing with some paper, I have the Baker Smith Woodwick candle. That smells really good. It's vanilla buttercream, okay? And it's a Woodwick candle. I believe I got this from Dollar General a while ago, okay? All right. Knowing me, I caught it on a sale. Didn't spend very much for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same piece of that burgundy ribbon as I tied on the bottle. And I think I'm going to just tie a little piece of that same ribbon right around the candle, just to kind of make it cohesive. What did I just drop? I dropped something. Let's see. So let's cut off a piece of this ribbon. Okay. And let me move that over. So I want to try to stay in camera's view. And what we're going to do is just tie it right around the candle, right under that lid. Let's take some of this little hot glue and we're going to glue it right on the back. And basically what that is that's just to keep the candle from, or the ribbon from sliding off the candle. Okay. And we're going to crisscross it right there in front. Let's see if it's going to cooperate with me. I don't want to cover up the name of the candle. So I'm being very careful not to do that. Put a little bead of hot glue again, just to kind of hold my ribbon in place. There. And then we're just going to kind of crisscross it over. Do I want it to crisscross or do I want it to, let's see. Yeah, I do want it to crisscross. Let me just take that little bead of hot glue off of there because it didn't come out exactly in the middle where I wanted it. So let's try that again. And again, the hot glue, just with my finger, it just rolled right off the glass. Okay, so let's move it over just a tad. I'm just adjusting the ribbon as not to, like I said, as not to hide the name of the candle. Get it right there in the middle. I think I achieved it this time around. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, like so, and we're gonna just cut on a slant. Just finish the edges of that ribbon. Cut it sort of like on a slant there. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Perfect. Okay. Just for some color. Okay. And then we're going to put that little top back on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tape. My trusty little tape here. And we're going to tape that top down because it really just sits on there. It doesn't really, it's not really sealed. So I want it to stay. So, all right. And there you have it. Okay. All right. So we're going to set that candle right down in there like so. I am wondering, okay, there we go, fixed it. All right, so we're gonna set that candle like so. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm sorry, this is what I dropped, piece of this ribbon. When you get to the end of your ribbon, okay, I keep these, okay, because they make great little risers, all right? I think I want my candle to sit up a little bit more. So let's see if I put that in there. Oh gosh, perfect. That would be absolutely perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do, put a little bead of hot glue. Again, this is just a empty spool that some ribbon came on. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue right there and glue it right down to the box that's already in here. Okay, perfect riser. Perfect riser for that woodwick candle. Okay, so everything's nice and right there at eye level. All right. Okay, and I have some paper here. Some of my brown Amazon paper, which I always keep. And I'm gonna stuff this kind of right down in the bottom because I want my books to have something to rest upon. So we're gonna put some paper right down there in the bottom. Right behind the candles, really tight in there. Great. Now let's see if I can get my books. If you see the binder of the books is like kind of like a burgundy and a gold, which kind of goes in with the burgundy and the gold here. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my colors placed in there. Really nice to bring out some of those fall colors in the bottle, in the dishcloth. Okay, so that worked out really well. Okay, so like I told you, this is the back, and I'm going to put their business cards on the little clothespins that's going to hang down. Okay, so that's going to be the back, and of course this is the front. Okay, now I have two more items that I want to put in here. I have these two glasses. Gosh, I've had these for a while. I got these from Walmart. They say Cheers. Oh, maybe 2 years ago. And I've used basically all of them, but I really want to move them out of my stockpile. So we're going to figure out a way to incorporate those in here. So I think for my glasses, I may just sit them right down like so. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. I think I really, really like the way this is coming out. Now, for the glasses, to keep them from moving around in there, I'm going to get my glue dots, just here. And I am just going to put a couple of glue dots right at the bottom of those glasses. And that's just to keep them from knocking around in there. I am going to shrink wrap this, so that's going to give it a little extra security, but I'm extra, so just for my own peace of mind, I'm going to use these glue dots. Okay. And again, these glue dots, you all know that they just, if you just wash them or take your finger, they just kind of roll right off, so it doesn't damage the items at all. And let's get that. Okay, get that down in there like that. Okay, so far so good, guys. I think I really like the way it's coming out. I have one more element, and that is the White Barn Harvest Gathering Gentle and Clean Foaming Hand Soap from Bath and Body Works. Got this a while back, I think, on one of their semi-annual clearances. And I like it because I wanted to bring some more of the red or the burgundy color into this basket. I just took a little Bath and Body Works ribbon and tied it right on there. I was thinking about putting it up there, but it's going to hide my, recipes, and I really want my recipes to show. I'm not really sure if I'm going to incorporate this or not. I really wished I could, but I don't think my basket is big enough for it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna go and grab me a little something to eat because I haven't had anything today other than breakfast. I've just been drinking water. Water. So my husband just came in and peeked his head in and he put something on the grill. So I'm gonna go and grab that while I'm thinking about if I can incorporate this in here. I really want to put it in there, but I don't want to crowd the basket, and I think that's the only place that I can actually do it. So we may have to leave it out. But anyway, bear with me, and I will be right back. And while I'm eating, I'll be praying about it and see what I can come up with. Okay, this is Crystal with a basket case. Thanks for sticking and staying with me. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. Was not able to use my hand soap because it just did not have enough room in the basket, and I didn't want it to look overcrowded, and it just didn't work. So we're going to put that up for maybe another concept. Okay, so here is the finished basket. What I did do was I had 2 cookbooks in here, and I took out one and I just put one cookbook in here, but I found this corkscrew bottle opener in my stockpile, so I thought that would go good because of the bottle here. As you can see, I had a little wine charm. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a bottle. It's just a little wine charm of a bottle. I had a package of these. I think like six came in there. So basically what I did, they really go around the stem of a wine glass, but I don't have very many wine glasses, so I just wanted to embellish the bottle just a little bit, and I thought that was really cute there, just to give it a little extra something. Okay, everything else in here is, all I added was the corkscrew bottle opener. I removed one of the cookbooks and just put one in there. And then I had this little candle bead, you know, the little tablescape. They just wrap right around the candle just for a little decorative element. And basically it just says live simply. So I just put that around the candle, like I said, just to embellish the basket just a little bit. I really like it. I think it came out super, super cute for her budget. And this is the back. I'm just going to cover up the business cards here. But I just kind of wanted to show you that the business cards are attached to the little clothespins, and this is going to be the back of the basket. I just kind of want to keep the business cards confidential because it has their personal information on it. Okay, so this is the back of the basket. Cute little tablescape, 2 little clothespins which will hold in the business cards, and I think, guys, this is it. Now, what I did was I just took some natural color shred and stuffed that down in the bottom, okay, just to give it that natural look to kind of tie in with the basket. And what I did while I was off camera was I created this beautiful bow, okay, and it's the burgundy and the burlap. Okay, ties in with the burgundies and the browns that's already in the basket. So this is going to be the finished product of everything. I don't know about you guys, but I think it came out really, really nice. And I'm really sure that my realtor is going to be very, very pleased with it. I think she likes my work because she keeps returning. So that's awesome. Okay. All right. Stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'm going to put a picture when I get it all wrapped up and put this big beautiful bow on it, and it's going to be ready to go, and I think she'll be able to pick it up tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys, this is Crystal with a basket case signing off for now. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please click that like button right down there. There's also a little hype button somewhere down there. If you can hype up the video for me, I really, really would appreciate it. Like it, comment. I love, love, love your comments. And feel free to even share it out, okay? All right, guys, this is Crystal with a basket case signing off. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.